track the daily inputs in our lives to achieve the business outcomes we desire, to secure the financial freedom that gives us the opportunity to live the life of our dreams. Coming to you from a car today. Don't know how the internet's going to go. And didn't even want to do it. Like, I almost did it, and I was like, oh, nah, the internet uses excuse. But yeah, we just got to show up. We just got to keep showing up. And the thing that got me to show up in the end was I had my another 90% day. And it's pretty wild, team. Like, if we track it back here and I zoom in on this, like, daily habits, reds and yellows, okays, bads, goods, a few here and there, but a lot of ups and downs. Daily habits, solid, just feeling great, perpetually great, waking up early, crushing tasks. It's kind of unstoppable overall. So, and I think one of the big key hero metrics that I'm noticing here is this one, obviously. So 4 days in a row, best streak, probably since I've been back from Europe. No cannabis, huge, huge outcomes when I pulled that off. So love to see it. Exercise, went for a run yesterday, little 4K, 4:30 pace, which is cool. Didn't meditate, was meant to, but kind of slipped my mind. Didn't do my family time. Oopsie daisies. Didn't live stream either. Oops. No junk food, no alcohol, no cannabis, and screen time. Little bit of Instagram yesterday, but not too bad. Probably technically didn't win. Actually, watched a bit of a movie in the evening, but it was all good. It was all good. I'm gonna err on the side of, I'm gonna give myself the benefit of the doubt there. Instagram, lots of Instagram this morning though. Definitely failed today, so I'm just in case I try and forget that for tomorrow. Calendar was a big one. 1, 2, skipped those. 2 out of 4. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 6. 3 out of 7. 4 out of 8. 4 out of 5 out of 9. Pretty good. Pretty good overall. And I want to share a little story today because where I'm sort of getting to in this mindset is really cool. I've traditionally had extreme peaks of motivation where I'm able to churn through a significant amount of work, get really ahead. Usually I'm running from something and like being an abject failure. And then I would go into a sort of lower frequency state, proceed to fuck my life up a little bit and go backwards. And then I would make that ground up in a manic phase. And probably for the first time in my life, I've had a couple of swings of high energy into low energy, if we call it that. And the most recent couple of low energy swings, I've still managed to move forward. I've managed to progress, stay in it, stay strong, and get reasonably good outcomes. So now, as I'm hitting this high energy phase, and I didn't go backwards, I was moving forward, and everything's starting to feel easy again. Feels really good. So I sent some messages to a friend, and I'm going to read you the message because this is kind of, I think it's cool. And then I'm going to read you the reply because I think it's even cooler. And so basically, I wrote, fuck, man, I'm revving up, eh? It's crazy how I've broken through the emotional resistance and the body wants more. The way I've been feeling recently as I'm coming up against this internal ceiling, this sort of emotional self-worth ceiling, it's felt like I've been in fifth gear and I'm bouncing off the rev limiter. The car just can't go any faster. And so it's shaky and it's aggressive and it doesn't feel good. But instead of kind of dropping it down and going, oh, fine, I'll quit, or the gearbox breaking, I'm kind of just staying in it, bouncing off the rev limiter, and then I've managed to, it feels like, grab the gear stick, jam it into sixth, and move into that next gear and move past where I've been able to get to before. And so um, I also said, fuck, honestly, this sounds buzzy, but my brain really is out the gate. I have answers for every question. It's crazy. It's like I'm experiencing full-time super consciousness. Um, Brackets. Maybe I'm just a bipolar nut having a manic swing though. But then see that, even to see that question in brackets, that's what I think validates and proves it. I never used to be able to have that thought or that question. Like, am I in a state here which is out of control? I sort of believed it, no question, when I was in it, and I was unable to observe the process I was going through. And now I can. So shit's pretty wild. I sent this to a friend and responded with, "You're right to question the limiting labels of manic episode. That diminishes your genius and capacity to create. I'm glad you can observe it as it's happening. On the other hand, it may pay to recognize your experience a period of health and well-being that has been elusive for some time, both of which come and go in cycles. I remind you that this is when you inevitably experience a bump in the road with your health or full-blown flat tire, that you don't chase the dragon, expecting to be as clear as you are now and pushing to replicate things as they are now. There will time come to rest and be ready to recognize that when it arrives. Keep appreciating the clarity and the energy while it's here." So I think that's a cool reminder and part of the overall game, and being able to observe the emotional state, the mental state, as you move through different periods and seasons in your life, and then being willing and able to have compassion for yourself. And when it's time to rest, rest. And when it's time to go, go.